everyone, seeing as it's Pride Month, I thought I'd make a video on coming out, tips and advice. I'm wearing my Pride t-shirt, which I really love, and let's just get right into it. Okay, so number one is safety. You need to make sure that you're safe, you've got somewhere to live, and that you're not going to be being abused by anyone, like family, or maybe if you're in a school that's quite homophobic, just got to make sure you're safe. Oh, and also emotionally, you need to make sure because it's not just physical always. Abuse can be emotional and verbal. So your mental health and your safety is your priority. Okay, number two is to make sure you're ready emotionally. I'm thinking actually this should have been the first step, but make sure you're coming out for the right reasons, not because you feel pressured to come out in any way. Make sure you're coming out is because it's what you really want to do, because you want to be your authentic self. Yeah, so come out because you want to, and not because you feel pressured by anybody else. Okay, number three, so now we get to actually coming out. Okay, I would say choose carefully the first person you come out to. It needs to be someone you trust, and somebody you know isn't homophobic. So I would say a good thing to do, I read this somewhere, which is actually really good advice. So listen in conversations. If you don't want to draw attention to yourself by bringing the subject up yourself, just be quiet and listen. Eventually, hopefully, it will come up in conversation. People will be talking about gay marriage, or whether they support it, or transgender people or anything like that. And just notice people's facial expressions and what they say. You know, are they saying things like, oh, these gay people, they're always pushing everything down our throats, or are they saying, oh, they say they want equal rights, but they don't. They want it's so laughable, you know, the things that people say. But anyway, just pay attention to what they say. Are they saying negative things, or are they saying positive things? And then once you've sort of chosen someone, you know that they support gay rights. You know that they're not going to be negative at all. They're not going to pull faces at you. They're not going to make you feel uncomfortable. Maybe then speak to them personally and just say, oh, there's something I wanted to tell you. Actually, you know, I'm gay or lesbian or bisexual or pansexual or transgender. And then you'll know they'll be totally fine because they're a nice person, they're not homophobic, and you'll feel a lot better for doing that. And then instead of, you know, talking to somebody and you don't know what their reaction is going to be. Okay, number four, telling the rest of your family and friends. I would say a lot of people probably find it easier to tell a few more people first, maybe not just one person then everybody else. I'm saying so maybe a few more friends that you know are accepting. So obviously start with the easier people. Start with people that you know are going to treat you with kindness, that people that are going to accept you for who you are, and just say, oh, you're really brave for coming out, and just give you love and support. I've had some really positive reactions when I've come out to people. It's really touching, and it just makes it so much easier, and afterwards you just feel so much better. So you might want to come out to a few people. I came out to a few close friends, and then it's only really actually recently, last year, I think it was last year, I actually just posted something on Facebook. I just said, look, I'm part of the LGBTQ community, because, you know, labels are confusing. So just saying I'm queer, I'm part of the LGBTQ community. I just said, if you have a problem with it, just unfollow me. Because I know some people would have a problem with it. I wasn't trying to be funny or anything. I know some people would. So if it's easy for you, you can post it on Facebook where you know everybody will see it, rather than having to go through the anxiety of speaking to individual people, especially when you know some people are going to be negative. Of course, you don't have to come out to everyone. You don't have to come out to everyone, but I'm guessing because you're watching this video, you probably want to come out. And I'd say that the positive thing about coming out is that people can love you for your authentic self. That's what Jeffrey Marsh, I think his name was, he was saying on Instagram. I was watching it the other day. He was saying, you want people to love you for who you are, not who they think you are. And you know that some people are going to have a problem with your sexuality, unfortunately, very sadly. But, you know, it's so much better to have people in your life who just accept you for who you are. And you know who's real, you know who's by your side. Yeah, so basically, come out slowly if it's easier for you, whatever's easier for you. Maybe come out on social media, maybe tell people individually. Yeah, and just make sure you brace yourself. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. Make sure you brace yourself for when people are going to be difficult. You know, maybe do some self-care beforehand, and like just take a moment to speak to yourself and just be like, it's okay, you know, their opinion doesn't define me, and I'm going to be okay, even if some people are going to have a problem with me and maybe they're going to be a bit negative about it. Step number 5, celebrate. I know some people have coming out parties. I really wish I'd had one, but then I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't have a coming out party, but some people have coming out parties. If not, I don't know, you can have a party, or you can be happy now because you can wear pride merch, you can wear t-shirts like this without outing yourself because you're already out and you know it doesn't matter. You can just walk around with like rainbows all over you and you're not worried that you're going to bump into someone you know and they're going to be like, she's gay. I don't know. Okay, yeah, celebrate, be happy, be happy. You've been brave enough to come out. It's really brave to come out in a world where we know not everyone is accepting of us. Not everyone, unfortunately, some people, you get what I'm saying. Okay, so those are my 5 tips for coming out. If you like this video, you found anything helpful, please hit the like button, and I'd really appreciate if you comment down below. Tell me if you found anything helpful or useful in any way. I really would like to have been able to help someone with this video. Yeah, okay, bye. See you next week. Oh yeah, so I've also decided now I'm going to upload hopefully every week on a Tuesday. It might not always be during the day for some reason. Both times it's ended up being quite late in the evening, but yeah. Bye.